Welcome to A Well-Purposed Woman. I'm Elizabeth, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful fall DIY burlap wreath. And to get started, you're going to need a 14-inch wire wreath form. You're going to need 3 rolls of 5.5 inch by 15 feet of burlap. You're going to want a scissors, some floral wire, and then if you want to make it a fall wreath, you're going to want some embellishments. But to get started, we're just going to start off with making the burlap wreath. Now these wreaths are so easy to make. I promise you, you can learn how to do it in just a couple minutes. It's really all it takes to master these wreaths. We're going to start by making you're going to fold your burlap once and twice, and then you're going to attach it to the inner part of the wire wreath, on anywhere on the wreath, it doesn't matter. And then take your floral wire, cut off a 6-inch bit of the wire, and just use that wire to wrap it around the burlap that is attached to that first ring of the wire wreath. And you want to make sure that you get a very nice snug attachment. And then to make the burlap wreath, there's really just 2 steps that you're going to repeat throughout the whole wreath. And it's just sticking the burlap through each of the 3 sections on the wire wreath, so you can kind of pull it out. And I like to keep the burlap kind of sitting on edge like that, because then it rolls really easy. And then just stick it through each of the 3 sections a couple inches above the wire wreath. So you'll have 3 different sections of the burlap coming through the wreath like this. You're going to push it in, and this is really the secret to making a very full wreath. I've seen burlap wreaths that look all different types of ways, and you can adjust the amount of fullness you have in your wreath. I prefer a very full wreath. It looks, I just think, a little bit higher quality, but it does take a little bit more of the burlap, so that is a consideration. But cinch the 3 different sections, and then you're going to go to the back side of the wreath, and you're just going to twist your burlap. So twist it a couple of times so that it doesn't come undone, and then take, I don't know if you can, how well you can see this, but then you're going to take the burlap while it's still twisted and just start filling those sections again. Try not to let the twist come undone, and then just stick it through the 3 sections again. And that's really all there is to making the wreath the full way around. And as you would come to the end of your burlap, you would just have to reattach it like you did initially. So again, cinch it, go to the back of the wreath, and just twist the burlap. Just twist it, and just to make it sturdy. And then again, take the burlap and come through the front section of the wreath, and do that again for the next 2 sections. And then you're just going to repeat that for the entire wreath, and that's really how simple it is to make these burlap wreaths. There's not really much else to it, and they look just very pretty, very professional. As I'm doing this, I actually do pull a little bit more of the burlap through, so you kind of make a nice bubble. So again, cinch it, go to the back, twist it, and once it's twisted, then just try to keep the burlap how it was before, and then go to the front, make another loop through the first section. Sometimes it can be tricky to find the whole part of the burlap. So first section, then go through the second section, and just creating that little twist in the back actually does hold the burlap in place really, really well. So these wreaths are really well made once you complete them. And I like to actually fit as much of the burlap as I can into each section. So I continually push it along to make it look really full. And then just keep going with that same twisting in the back and then bringing it through the first section again. And you just keep doing that all the way around. So once you get to the end of one of your burlap rolls, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just take, again, the end of the burlap and you're just gonna attach it onto the wire wreath form. But just fold the end of the burlap into quarters and just attach it anywhere on the wire wreath. If you can get to the first section, it might be good, but it doesn't really matter where you put it. And just tie the wire around the burlap. This is what it looks like so far. So we're gonna just go ahead and do the other two rolls on the wire wreath form. So to start on your second burlap roll, you're going to do the same folding. So you're going to fold it over once, then twice, and then we're going to attach it to the inside ring of our wire wreath form with the floral wire. And I hope you're starting to see that this does not need to be perfect, and it still turns out pretty nice. Okay, then once it's attached, start looping your burlap through. Greens. This is again from Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to snip off the extra wire on the bottom here. And then just place it where I like it. And some people might prefer doing it on both sides. You could do that as well. I like it a little simpler so that the burlap shines. So I'm going to keep it just like that, and then just go ahead and attach that to the burlap. Just cut off some floral wire and then just weave it in and out of the burlap and twist it around the greens to attach it. So and I like to do it on the bottom once and then towards the top again, just to keep it in place. And I just am taking 6 to 8 inches of the floral wire. I pick a nice sturdy part of the floral arrangement to attach and just go around a couple stems, twist the wire, and then tuck it in again if you have enough of the wire left. And you can kind of cover up the wire with oranges, or if you do pine cones. So, and then I liked that little orange pumpkin right between the oranges to add more of the orange for fall. Maybe do a white one up here. There, I think I'm pretty satisfied with that, and then I might just attach a pine cone. And then I do like to sometimes put a little banner through the center of the burlap wreath. So I have some of this linen ribbon that I got from Tidbits on Etsy. They have a cute little shop. She's very vintage and kind of rustic, and I love her stuff. So I have that I'm going to use for the center here. And then you can put a word in the center with either the metal, or if you prefer wood, you could use little MDF wooden pieces. I'm just going to go with the welcome in the metal, just because I like the size of that better. So what I'm going to do with that first is I'm going to hot glue it onto the ribbon. So now that that's attached, then we'll bring the wreath back and then just attach it in the center. And I think this, you might have to clean up some of the hot glue afterwards, but I'm not going to take the time to do that in the video. Then you just take the floral wire again and go through the burlap and the ribbon as well. And if you have any questions, or if you want an opinion on something, feel free to put it in the comments. Once you've twisted the ribbon on, then you can cut off any extra of the floral wire. Kind of like that bunch in there, but you could also try to straighten it out a little bit more. And then we'll attach the other side. And then I think I'll be fairly satisfied with this wreath. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. These are super easy to make, but they're quite beautiful and quite a statement piece for fall. So now we have it attached. And then the only other thing I would do here, and then you can kind of see our finished wreath. If you have too much ribbon on the end, you can always just cut off a chunk. I try to make it even here. There. And then for the hanger, I have a upholstery webbing that is just plain burlap colored. So I'm actually going to hang it with that. I like how that looks. It's kind of hidden with the burlap. Cut off the chunk that you want, and then just hot glue the two pieces together. So that is how you make this beautiful fall burlap wreath. And again, you can make it as simple or as detailed as you want, but this is the final project. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know below.